Hey, this is Chris with Bourbon Smoke. Hey, how y'all doing today, YouTube? So I wanted to go over a couple things with the channel. That when I started out, my plans were just to do builds on things. I want to go over a couple things about the channel that I'm gonna be changing, I guess you could say. A couple different things have changed. My last video was going on 5 months ago. It was the flags. I think it was the flags. I wanted to do videos every couple of weeks, have something out. I had a lot of cool little plans of what I wanted to do, and we'll just go back. I guess last year I found out I had some type of neuroma in my foot. It's causing me a lot of pain, and they've been giving me shots to try to make it go away. And I guess around October, it kind of seemed like it had gone. I wasn't in pain anymore. I couldn't feel it. And then come December, it came back with a vengeance. And I had a lot of pain with it. It was really hard to walk around and stand for a long time. So it wasn't really to come out in the garage and do anything. I had a really cool table that I've gotten done now, which is this video is going to be about, that I wanted to start building on. And I bought the lumber, and then it sat in the garage for quite a while because I just couldn't stand. I could barely stand. And then in February I got hurt at work, and I wasn't able to really do anything for February, March, or April. They just released me here about a week or two ago, and to be, no restrictions, or I can do what I want to anyway. So I'm going to be able to get back in here and doing the stuff that I want to do, but I think I'm going to change the channel around to, instead of just documenting me learning how to do some of this stuff, to documenting me wanting to try to start a small business. So I want to do this kind of stuff full time. I want to get away from what I do for a living now. I've done it for close to 30 years. I think it's time to start looking at something different, something of my own. So I want to do, little projects that I can sell at farmers markets and whatever, those little types of things. So hopefully you'll like it. Stick around. Follow, maybe more people will follow, or just give me, anybody, if you come across this, give me some hints on what I need to do, because I have no idea what I need to do to even sign up for these markets and stuff like that. I'm going to take a couple weeks off, because if you watch the background of the videos, my garage is a mess right now. So I'm going to take a couple weeks and get that straightened out, hopefully straighten everything out, get everything set up so I can film a little better. Other than that, for the subscribers that I do have, thank you. I never thought I'd have as many as I have right now, which is I think 20, 17, something like that. I didn't think I'd have more than 5 people want to watch this. So thank you. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, I just more wanted this channel to be a documentary of me learning, so I could go back and see how far I came. And if anybody else wanted to go a little far on the ride, they could too. So I'll quit talking, and we'll cut into the video of my table. Alright, so the first thing I did was I took a 4x4 and I went ahead and cut it up into smaller pieces. Cut it up to, I want to say, these are 16.5 inches long. I'm going to go ahead and sand them down, and I'm going to cut a 2x4 about 19.5 inches long. Connect the two and make the legs out of that. We're going to be using pocket hole screws to put all this stuff together, and some glue. So we'll get back to that here in a second. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm attaching the 2x4s to the 4x4s with pocket holes and glue coming 2 inches up from what's going to be the bottom of the legs for the table, and gluing the 2x4 across there, and then at the top I'm going flush with the top so that it'll fit flat against the tabletop. So in order to make the cross members here on this, I went ahead and laid pieces of the 4x4 up underneath it and kind of lined it up how I wanted, and then just scratched the line with a pencil across it. Took it over to my miter saw, lined it up, and kind of eased into the cut a little bit, cut a little bigger than I wanted, and then eased down to the line so I can make sure I got a good fit between it. Now, if you look right here, I got a little bit where it's not gonna match up. Over here, it's getting pretty close. So I think what I'll do with this is I'll probably fill this in, sand it. I may just leave it, I don't know, looks pretty good. But so what I did with the pieces there, I'm gonna run across this way. I went ahead and grabbed some MDF that I had left over from a river table that I had made about a year ago. I still had a couple pieces left from the mold. So I took that MDF, laid it up underneath there, trying to get me, put it down below everything, kind of how I wanted. And I went ahead and marked my lines and cut it as kind of a template so that I'm not wasting anything out of this other 4x4. I can just basically use that to cut my little pieces that are gonna fit in here, and then I can go ahead and glue and put some screws. Probably gonna get some 4-inch screws to run through here, you know, like some other videos I've seen. Run through the top of here and then run through there, so I'm kind of glue everything together. On this, I was afraid that I wouldn't get the cuts on this, so I just went ahead and tried it on some spare stuff. But that's about it for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut this 4x4 on these pieces. I realize these pieces here will fit the other side too exactly. I've already tried it out, so I'll just basically have to use these as templates, cut everything, and everything should fit on the other side. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to cover what I'm trying to do here. I had seen a video using a table saw on another couple videos that I watched on YouTube, trying to figure out a way to join the. This is the bottom shelf. Trying to join these three boards together. I saw one where they used a table saw and a level, used the level for reference against the fence, and it gave them a straight edge to join the boards together. So I figured I could just rig up a thing with my circular saw using this 90-degree uh, and a level, reference the level. Yeah, I'll cover it in the mistakes part of this video, but it didn't work so well. It did, but it didn't. Okay, so here I'm actually gonna start doing the painting on the bottom. Not doing any priming or anything. I'm just taking a dark brown color. I think it was a Rust-Oleum spray paint that I got from the local store here. And I go ahead and spray it. I think I was put 2 coats on it. Tried to cover everything the best I could. I actually liked the way it looked at the brown color, but I wanted to do a distressed look on it. So I went back. I was gonna get like a some type of off-white color to do the distressing, and I wanted to spray paint because I didn't even want brush marks. So when I went back, they didn't have the white color that I wanted. So I went ahead and found a chalk paint that was an aged gray color, I believe is what it was. I was worried that the chalk paint wouldn't allow me to do the distressing that I wanted to do, but decided I'd just go ahead and give it a shot. And when I'm here in this other clip, I was doing the aged gray, but the distressing came up the pretty good. Works pretty well. The chalk paint worked really well. Allowed the brown to show through, and actually came out a lot better than I thought it would have. So alright, so this video is already starting to run long, so I think I'm gonna put it into two. This is gonna be the end of part one. Part two will come out shortly after this. Thanks for watching, and be looking out for the second part.